Discipline teaches you how to deal with discomfort. A significant part of remaining consistent is learning to tolerate discomfort and pushing through when things aren't easy. Discipline helps you develop resilience, the mental toughness required to keep going when things get hard. When you train yourself to follow through with your commitments, even when you're tired, stressed, or distracted, you build the strength to withstand future challenges. Over time, this ability to endure discomfort not only strengthens your consistency, but also your confidence in yourself. In addition to helping you persevere, discipline also sharpens your focus. When you are disciplined, you learn to prioritize what matters most. You become skilled at blocking out distractions and staying committed to the tasks at hand. In a world filled with distractions, from social media to endless streams of entertainment, maintaining focus can be challenging. But discipline allows you to narrow your attention to what is truly important, ensuring that your actions are aligned with your goals. The more disciplined you are in managing your time and attention, the more consistent your progress will be. Discipline requires accountability. When you're disciplined, you hold yourself responsible for your actions. You don't make excuses or blame external factors when things don't go as planned. Instead, you take ownership of your consistency or lack thereof and adjust your behavior accordingly. This level of self-accountability is essential for long-term success because it forces you to stay committed even when the results are slow or when obstacles arise. Discipline ensures that you don't give up just because things are difficult or because you're not seeing immediate progress. Lastly, discipline fosters a sense of purpose. When you are disciplined, you are constantly reminded of the bigger picture. You understand that the small daily actions you take, whether it's working on a project, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, or building a business, are all contributing to a larger goal. This sense of purpose fuels your discipline and reinforces your consistency. You realize that each moment of discipline brings you one step closer to where you want to be. In this way, discipline becomes both the foundation and the fuel that drives consistency, helping you to stay the course and remain steady in the pursuit of your dreams. Mastery is not a result of talent alone, but of deliberate and consistent practice. It is a product of repetition, of doing the same thing over and over until it becomes second nature. Whether it's mastering a skill, perfecting an art, or achieving excellence in a particular field, repetition is the key to moving from novice to expert. The more you engage in a task, the more proficient you become, and with time, what once seemed difficult or unfamiliar becomes almost effortless. Repetition builds familiarity. When you repeatedly engage in an activity, your mind and body begin to recognize patterns. Think about learning to play a musical instrument. At first, your fingers feel awkward, and reading the notes is a slow process. But after hours of practice, your fingers seem to move on their own, and the notes become second nature. The same concept applies to any endeavor. Through consistent repetition, the brain creates neural pathways that make the task easier and more automatic over time. This is the essence of mastery. The task no longer requires as much conscious thought, because your brain and body have learned to work together seamlessly. Repetition also exposes areas for improvement. As you practice a skill repeatedly, you begin to notice nuances and subtleties that you may have missed in the beginning. This heightened awareness allows you to refine your technique, making incremental adjustments that lead to better performance. Each repetition becomes an opportunity to learn and improve, bringing you closer to mastery. Mistakes, when viewed through the lens of repetition, become valuable learning tools. Instead of being discouraged by failure, you recognize that each misstep is part of the process of getting better. Additionally, repetition builds confidence. With each successful repetition, you gain a greater sense of competence and belief in your abilities. The more you do something, the more confident you become in your capacity to do it well. This confidence propels you forward, encouraging you to take on even greater challenges within your field. Over time, the once daunting task becomes familiar terrain, and your growing confidence allows you to approach new and more complex challenges with ease. Another critical aspect of repetition is that it strengthens discipline and focus. Mastery requires not just doing something repeatedly, but doing it with intention and precision. This level of focus ensures that each repetition is meaningful and contributes to your growth. It's not about mindlessly going through the motions, but about being fully present in each moment of practice. This disciplined approach sharpens your attention to detail, ensuring that you're not just repeating actions, but improving with each iteration. Mastery then becomes the result of focused repetition, where each effort is deliberate and aimed at getting better. Repetition also fosters endurance and resilience. The path to mastery is often long and filled with challenges. There will be moments of frustration, plateaus, and even setbacks. However, by committing to repetition, you build the mental and emotional stamina required to keep going, even when progress seems slow. You learn to trust the process, understanding that mastery is a marathon, not a sprint. Repetition trains you to stay the course, to push through moments of difficulty, and to embrace the grind that is necessary for achieving excellence. Moreover, repetition reveals the power of incremental gains. While progress may not always be immediately noticeable, each repetition adds a layer of skill, knowledge, and experience. Over time, these small gains accumulate, leading to significant improvements. This is often referred to as the compounding effect, where the impact of repeated efforts grows exponentially. What may have started as small, imperceptible changes eventually results in substantial growth and proficiency. Repetition then is not just about doing the same thing over and over and over, it's about building on each previous effort, gradually moving closer to mastery with every repetition. Another powerful benefit of repetition is that it creates muscle memory. For physical tasks, whether in sports, music, or craftsmanship, repetition trains your body to perform actions without conscious thought. This muscle memory allows you to react quickly and efficiently, relying on instinct and practice rather than needing to analyze every movement. Over time, your body becomes an extension of your mind, executing complex tasks with speed and precision. This is why athletes, musicians, and performers spend countless hours repeating the same motions. They are embedding the skill into their muscles, so it becomes automatic in high-pressure situations. Repetition also promotes creativity within the process of mastery. As you become more familiar with a task through repetition, you begin to see new possibilities and variations. Mastery is not just about doing something well, it's about pushing the boundaries and exploring new ways of doing it. When you've repeated a task enough times to understand its core mechanics, you gain the freedom to innovate and experiment. Repetition provides a foundation of knowledge and skill that opens the door to creativity, allowing you to build on what you've learned and create something entirely new. Finally, repetition cultivates patience and humility. Mastery doesn't happen overnight, and the repetitive nature of practice teaches you to respect the process. It forces you to acknowledge that growth takes time and effort, and that there are no shortcuts. This humility keeps you grounded, reminding you that no matter how skilled you become, there is always room for improvement. Each repetition is a reminder that mastery is a journey, not a destination, and that the pursuit of excellence is a lifelong endeavor. The habits you cultivate today are the seeds you plant for your future success or failure. Every action you repeat over time, whether intentional or unconscious, forms a habit. These habits are the building blocks of your character, your achievements, and ultimately your destiny. They are the invisible forces that shape your behavior, guide your decisions, and determine the course of your life. In this sense, your future is not something distant or abstract. It's being created right now through the daily habits you practice. Habits are powerful because they operate in the background of your mind, often without you realizing it. Once something becomes a habit, it no longer requires conscious effort or decision making. This means that your habits, whether good or bad, are constantly influencing your actions and outcomes. If you have positive, productive habits like exercising regularly, reading, or managing your time wisely, these will naturally guide you towards success and growth. On the other hand, if you have negative habits such as procrastination, neglecting your health, or wasting time on distractions, these will quietly lead you towards stagnation and failure. Your habits are the patterns that govern your life. They shape how you respond to challenges, how you pursue opportunities, and how you manage your time and energy. If you make it a habit to take responsibility for your actions, to work hard, and to stay focused on your goals, you're setting yourself up for a future filled with achievement. But if you allow negative habits to control your actions, like avoiding difficult tasks, giving in to laziness, or letting fear dictate your decisions, your future will reflect the consequences of those choices. One of the most significant aspects of habits is their cumulative effect. A single habit, repeated consistently over time, can lead to transformative results. For example, reading just 10 pages of a book every day might seem like a small habit, but over the course of a year, it adds up to over 3,600 pages. The same principle applies to other areas of life. Exercising for 30 minutes a day, saving a small portion of your income regularly, or dedicating time to personal development each day can lead to significant progress over time. It's the small, consistent actions that create lasting change. This cumulative power works both ways. Just as positive habits can compound and lead to growth, negative habits can also compound and create setbacks. A bad habit might not seem like a big deal in the moment, but over time its effects add up. Skipping one workout doesn't seem harmful, but if it becomes a habit, it can lead to a decline in health and fitness. Procrastinating on a task once may not seem serious, but if it becomes a habit, it can lead to missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. Your future then is shaped not by single actions, but by the habits you reinforce every day. Habits also have a direct impact on your mindset. The habits you develop influence the way you think, the beliefs you hold, and the perspective you bring to life's challenges. For example, if you develop a habit of positive self-talk and focusing on solutions rather than problems, you'll approach difficulties with optimism and resilience. On the other hand, if you cultivate a habit of self-doubt or constantly focusing on obstacles, your mindset will reflect those habits and you'll struggle to overcome even minor setbacks. In this way, your habits don't just shape your actions, they shape your mental and emotional state, which in turn influences your future. Another key element of habits is that they create a sense of structure and discipline in your life. When you establish productive habits, you no longer have to rely on willpower or motivation to get things done. Instead, your habits take over, allowing you to operate on autopilot in certain areas of your life. This frees up mental energy for more important decisions and tasks, making you more efficient and focused. The more disciplined your habits, the more organized and purposeful your life becomes. This sense of structure allows you to make steady progress toward your goals, even when motivation is low or distractions.